They laughed when I arrived. The laughter wasn't loud, it was sharp, cutting through the morning air like the gleam of a blade. Rows of uniforms shimmered under the sun, medals catching light as if mocking me. "Deadweight husband is here," someone whispered. Then the laughter grew, synchronized, trained, like soldiers obeying a cruel joke. My wife, Second Lieutenant Claire Morgan, stood tall among them. Her boots polished, her chin up. She turned, expression carved from steel. And then she smiled. That same smile she once used to melt my walls. Only now it was hollow. She walked toward me, her stride precise, rehearsed. Every step an execution. When she reached me, she handed me a white envelope. No hesitation. "My first order as a lieutenant," she said, voice clipped. "Our divorce. Sign and leave. No tears, no tremor. Just command." The laughter erupted again behind her. I looked at her, really looked, and realized something. I wasn't the husband being discarded. I was the mirror she didn't want to face. So I signed nothing. I turned, walked away through the echo of their laughter. And while they celebrated her authority, I quietly began mine. That night, the envelope sat unopened on my desk. The ink on its seal looked smug, like her. The phone buzzed with messages from her family. "She's free now. Took her long enough. You never fit in anyway." I stared at the screen until the words blurred. Free. They thought she was free from me. But I was the one who had paid for their freedom. Every house, every vacation, every family business trip. I had bankrolled her father's firm with $20 million in silent trust. My investment, my name hidden in the foundation papers. And in return, I was the invisible man. A joke at military dinners, a background accessory for her ambition. I remembered the first time she came home in uniform, how her eyes looked past me even then. She spoke to me like I was a placeholder, a waiting room before the real life she wanted. I should have left then. But love makes you stupid. So I stayed, and watched her world grow, brick by brick, using the money I built mine with. The next morning, I opened the envelope. Divorce papers. Neat, efficient. Her signature in perfect black ink. Beneath her name, a sticky note. "I'll collect the settlement after the ceremony." It wasn't love she divorced. It was leverage. I didn't confront her. Not yet. Instead, I began quietly untying the knots she'd tied around me. Bank accounts frozen. Investment lines cut. Trust fund redirected to a private offshore hold in Zurich. Her father's firm, the one bearing my silent 42% ownership, had just lost its lifeline. I didn't tell them, I just watched the panic ripple through numbers. That night, Claire texted me a photo of her new freedom, a champagne glass raised among laughing officers. "You'll always be my lesson," she wrote. I smiled. She was right. I had learned. 3 days later, her father called. He never called before. "Son," he said, "the market's acting strange. Our liquidity's vanished overnight. Did you—" I hung up before he finished. By the 5th day, my name was no longer a whisper in their jokes. It was a ghost in their losses. But I wanted to see how far she'd go. So I waited until Family Day came again. She stood there again, confident, the perfect soldier. Only this time, her laughter was brittle. Her eyes darted between phones and faces. Her father wasn't there. Her mother avoided eye contact. Something had begun to crumble behind that posture. And I watched, silent, patient. The revenge wasn't in destruction. It was in awareness, slow, creeping, undeniable. The call came at midnight. "Mark, we need to talk." Her voice trembled, finally. "Dad's firm. Everything's collapsing. The investors are pulling out. I know you had something to do with this. Please, just talk to me." I didn't answer immediately. I let silence breathe between us. Then, "You once said your first order as a lieutenant was our divorce." She went quiet. I continued, voice calm. "My first order as your husband is now complete. I've withdrawn everything I built, every cent that carried your name." She broke then. "You can't do this. You'll ruin my family." "No," I said. "You ruined it the day you treated loyalty like debt." There was a long pause. Then the sobs came, the raw, unfiltered kind that no rank could mask. I didn't feel joy, not even anger, just equilibrium. When I hung up, my phone lit up again, frenzied calls, hundreds of them. Her family, her friends, her commanding officer. 456 missed calls by dawn. The silence after was beautiful. A week later, I received another call, not from her. It was from my daughter-in-law, entitled, always loud. "Thanksgiving's tomorrow," she barked. "If you want to join, come wash the dishes." I almost laughed. They still thought I was the same man, the quiet financier, the obedient husband, the man who made their comfort look effortless. "Enjoy," I said, and hung up. That night, I sent her a photo, not of myself, of my new home, a villa on the edge of Lake Geneva, glass walls, snow peaks beyond, silence so pure it hurt. The next morning, my phone rang 71 times. They had seen it. For years they thought they were dining at my table. Now they realized they had always been eating from my hand. I don't miss them. Not the laughter, not the uniform, not the illusion of love dressed in pride. Sometimes I wonder if Claire still wears her rank with the same confidence, or if she's learned that control, built on deceit, always collapses, quietly, precisely. They called me deadweight, but gravity has its uses. It pulls everything down eventually. Now, when I stand on the balcony of my villa, the mountains stare back, silent witnesses to a man who no longer needs to speak. No signatures, no explanations, just distance. And the echo of her laughter, fading, like everything she once thought was hers. I crushed the greedy shrew, not with fury, with silence, and the simple act of walking away.